Welcome to another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana and also day 8 of 9 of Navaratri, celebration of the divine feminine in her multiple forms. Today's color is pink for universal love. And the stories that we have today reflect that and also connect us back to chapter 7 of the Gita, which is where we were before Navaratri started, and we'll pick up from there when Navaratri ends. So, looking at the divine feminine in conjunction with the Bhagavad Gita, we will be looking today at a woman who is mentioned a lot in the Gita, although you might not be aware of it. And that woman is Kunti. She is the mother of the heroes of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjun and his brothers. Now, her name doesn't come up specifically. It's often disguised in a way. So, for example, Krishna will call Arjun son of Priti, which actually that's another name of Kunti, or he'll call him Partha, which is another name. It means son of Kunti. But you will see like Konteya sometimes as well. But she permeates the whole Gita. She's there. And this represents kind of this mother aspect. The mantra today, again, will be Bolo, Ambe, Bhavani, mother of the universe, the mother aspect that pervades everything. Actually, right before we came on live, I don't know if you can see my robin friends. We have a couple robin friends here, and the female robin was gathering her nesting materials. Very cute to see. So the mother energy is all around us, especially right now in the spring. So Kunti represents universal love and also principles from Bhagavad Gita chapter 7, which is named Jnana and Vijnana Yoga. And what that means, one way to interpret it, because everybody brings something different to the Gita and can see something unique, is that there's a yoga of knowing, but there's also a yoga of special knowing. The yoga of special knowing is what we pass on. The yoga of knowing, we can know something theoretically, like, oh, the name of this pose is blah, blah. Oh, this is a variation for a pose, blah, blah. This is the theory of yoga philosophy. Special knowing is when we live it. And in living, we pass it down. So, for example, think of things your parents might have told you. And then think of things they did and which ones had the biggest effect on you. So, for example, a child in an abusive relationship can hear a parent say, I love you, but the experience is not that. And it can be vice versa. A parent who doesn't say those words, yet through their actions demonstrates their love. Well, Kunti demonstrated her love in such a way that it was passed on to the next generation. She didn't just talk about it. It was evident early on. So actually, Arjun has 4 brothers, but only 2 of them are his full brothers. The rightful king Yudhishthira, the most just man who ever lived, and the hero Bhima, the strongest man who has ever lived. And then Arjun is the most skilled warrior ever. Now, the 2 younger brothers are from a different mother. They are Nakula and Sahadeva, the twins, and you don't hear much about them. They're kind of off in the background. So Kunti is the mother of Arjun and his 2 full brothers. And then there was another mother who died young by choice. So Kunti and this other mother they were both wives of Pandu, who was cursed and took upon himself exile into the forest. And they went with him. And in the forest, 5 children, 3 to Kunti and 2 to the junior mother. And the husband died. The 2 wives were so grief stricken that they were arguing over who should die with him, who should go to the afterlife with him and be with him. And they argued and argued, and finally the junior wife made the winning argument. She said to Kunti, Kunti, If I die, I know you will treat my sons just the same as your sons. But if you die, I know I won't be able to treat your sons with the same love and attention that I will treat my own sons. And the decision was made. Kunti stayed so that she could demonstrate that universal love, and all five brothers would feel like they had a true mother. Now, this choice affected her children later on. Yudhishthira, the eldest child, the rightful king, was faced with the situation where he could have one of his brothers live and the other three would die. And Yudhishthira picked one of the twins. And the would be executioner asked Yudhishthira, why did you pick one of the twins who are always in the background and they're only your half brothers when you certainly need Bhim, the strongest man on earth, and Arjun, the most skilled warrior on earth, to regain your rightful kingdom? What good would having one of those twins do for you? And Yudhishthira said, when I live, my mother Kunti will live on through me. And when the twin Nakula lives, my other mother will live also. So Yudhishthira was the best person to pick because he also demonstrated this universal love. And he used it throughout his reign to apply the law equally to everyone. So, and as an upshot to the story, the would-be executioner was so impressed with Yudhishthira's choice that all five brothers got to survive and fight another day. This is the power of universal love. It saves life. It supports life. It is essential for life. And I'd like you to reflect on how you might not only mentally understand love or theoretically, but how you're living it and how that will impact not just you, but the next generation. As we do our practices today, here's something for experiential knowledge. This mudra is often called jnana. Some traditions do. This is jnana, knowledge mudra. Some do. This is jnana. Some say, this is jnana, with the fingertip a little higher on the thumb. And some say, this is jnana. And some have totally different names. That's theoretical knowledge. I encourage you during the practice to find which one experientially works for you. That way you pass down the idea to others that their experience is valid and matters because you're doing it for yourself. And for the meditative practice, also, if you wish, you can repeat the mantra Bolo, Ambe, Bhavani ki Jaya. Victory to the universal mother who does love us all. Let's practice. Maybe you'll see the birdies. Switch sides. Now we have our contemplation amongst the remnants of last night's Navaratri festival. 5 minutes. Find the mudra that works for you and perhaps the mantra Bolo, Ambe, Bhavani, ki Jaya. Bolo, Ambe, Bhavani, ki Jaya. Or whatever you remember from that. Welcome back. So many of us have the theoretical knowledge and say that love is good and love is the answer. And do we live that in our lives? And whatever we choose to do with how we live our lives, how is that affecting not only us, but those who come after us? Something to think about today. I'd love to hear your thoughts always in the comments. And I'd also love to see you tomorrow for the final day of Navaratri, the color sky blue. Until then.